Just 1 year after having the best record in the NFC. Hall of Famer Charles Haley won 3 Super Bowls in Dallas and is apparently fed up with the Cowboys winning only 2 playoff games in the last 20 years. He is fired up. Take a listen to Haley here.
I blame everybody. It's one team, right? And everybody's together. And that's the key, man. I go over there and, I tell guys, I said, man, Jerry built this house for a bunch of damn losers. And they get mad. Yeah, they get mad. And I say,
that's what it's been so far. 22 years since the Super Bowl.
You know what? They have to do something about it. I can't do anything about it. I can't play. I said, all I can do is give you some knowledge. And then, you know what? That ego's so big and they so busy getting on Twitter and Facebook and everything else. Hey, maybe they should get in that playbook. Maybe they should learn how to rush, catch, They you know what? And block.
Okay, so Charles Haley offering some constructive advice in a non-constructive way, I guess you could
Not
say.
constructive at all.
I guess you could say, Jason McIntyre.
What's wrong with him?
What do the Cowboys need to do to fix it?
I think the solution is easy. We got a wide receiver at the table. He could probably help me out here. I think it begins and ends with Dez Bryant. He was not a productive wide receiver last year. He is a $16.5 million cap hit. This is a team that has a lot of needs. Holly, we just saw a couple teams in the Super Bowl. Did you look at the receivers the Eagles and Cowboys had? Eagles and Patriots?
Right.
You look at Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman. Edelman was hurt. But Edelman, Amendola, Chris Hogan's a former lacrosse player. Okay, go look at the other side. The Eagles picked up Alshon Jeffrey in free agency. They picked up Torrey Smith. I believe Dez Bryant is overpaid. He is the major problem in Dallas. You lose him.
Was he there for 20 years?
Yeah, he's been there for a while. Well, listen, if you want to go back 20 years, okay, listen.
He wasn't just talking about this year. Right. He's talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
Listen, if you want to go take shots 15 years ago at Dave Campo and the Cowboys, go ahead. That can be your hill to die on.
They are America's, supposedly America's team.
3 of the last 4 years, they've been above 500. Okay, they've been very good.
They are supposedly America's team.
So what?
Don't get me above 500.
So Chris Broussard's fired up because Ezekiel Elliott got suspended and because Tyron Smith was hurt last year. We watch this team closely, Greg. We talk about the Cowboys a lot. This is a very good football team. They can get right back in the Super Bowl mix this year. I believe it begins with Dez Bryant.
Oh, come on, man.
That's my move.
Jason McIntyre.
I have to hand it to a wide receiver.
I mean, I'm glad that you think that I'm going to be supportive of you. But I think what Charles Haley said was dead on. Dead spot on, and it needed to be said from someone who's been in that culture, who has experienced the winning ways of the Dallas Cowboys of yesteryear.
30 years ago?
Whatever it was. This team, and we can look at, let's start with Dez Bryant.
Yeah.
They can win with Dez Bryant. Is he overpaid? Absolutely. But I think you can still find a place for Dez Bryant on that roster and be successful. He has to swallow a lot of pride because it's no longer the Dez Bryant show. But when I look at the Dallas Cowboys and I look at where they've struggled, they've improved defensively this year. But offensively, they have to establish some type of consistent passing game. Charles Haley, he mentioned that's not just Dez Bryant. That's Dak Prescott too. And the offensive line. They struggled this year.
Well, you didn't have Tyron Smith and Ezekiel Elliott was suspended, Greg.
Look, you can talk about players that you don't have, but you win championships with players on IR.
Thank
you. You don't build a team with just starters. You build a team with depth. And when I look at this Dallas Cowboys team, they don't have the depth to where they can be effective beyond the star name guys, the Ezekiel Elliott's, the Dez Bryant's. Whether we like what he does or not, he can still play a role. And then defensively, they just have to be better overall. But let's go back to the offense side of the ball really quick, and then I'll let you guys go. If you take away Ezekiel Elliott, who are these Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah. We saw it last year.
Exactly. We praise their offensive line. One of the things Charles Haley mentioned, he said, man, these offensive linemen think you're just going to lay down now because they've been crowned the best offensive line in football? No. You think the Eagles cared about that? You think the guys within their division care about that? Other team? No, they don't care about what you did last year. So you have to prove it year after year. Dak Prescott has to be better. When you come into this league as a rookie, we don't have film on you. Same with Ezekiel Elliott. We don't have film. So we don't really know who you are. We don't know what you're going to bring to the table. Ezekiel Elliott, we know that's the real deal. The Dak Prescott, I think he has what it takes, but everybody is going to put the load.
So they
on
go
him.
9-7 with a first-place schedule, losing one of the best left tackles in the league and their star running back, and we're calling them losers. Charles Haley is so out of bounds.
No, he is
so
not.
Out of bounds.
He is not just calling this team losers.
Right,
He is saying for the last 20 years, and that is exactly what they have been. 12 of the 16 teams in those 20 years in the NFC have reached the Super Bowl. 7 have won. Have the Cowboys reached it?
Why do we care about what happened
bottom
15 years ago?
Because Charles Haley is a cowboy, and he feels like
Let's talk about what's happened recently.
For you to
3 of the last 4
blame
years above 500.
Jason.
And the 1 year they were under, Tony Romo was hurt. Now
Whoa. You say 3 of the last 5 years.
3 of the last 4.
4 years above 500.
Above 500.
So
That don't matter.
That's
Twice
great.
in the playoffs.
good?
Listen,
Is that the
you got a
standard
young
of America's
quarterback
team?
in Dak Prescott. You got a young star in Ezekiel Elliott. These are young players. They're
Jason,
just
that is
learning how to win.
not 500 is not the standard for the Dallas Cowboys. Seriously.
Yeah.
There's certain franchises have different standards.
It's real
the
fair
Pittsburgh
to
Steelers,
compare them
the
to the
Patriots
28
wouldn't be.
Yeah,
it is
that's
fair.
Yeah.
For you to say Dez Bryant is
It's
the
the
problem
reason.
is
It's
utterly
the number one
ridiculous.
problem. No.
Who empowers Dez Bryant to act as he does?
I would say Des Bryant does. He doesn't listen to anybody.
Jerry Jones does.
And
Jerry Jones can stop the buck if he wants to.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones, I love his passion. I like the fact that he really, I think, cares for his players. I like what he does.
But he's
in that
the
regard.
reason
But
number one.
he shouldn't be involved in the football decisions. Hire somebody that knows football. Let them run the team. Let them coach the team. That's the problem, not Des Bryant.
And
He's a symptom.
that's why it's been a 20-year problem, because ever since he ran Jimmy Johnson and Bill Parcells
fair.
out of Dallas, they haven't won. It's no surprise that they're 2-8 in the last 20 years. It's run like a mom and pop store rather than an NFL franchise. We saw the same thing in Oakland. They had a great tradition. They used to win. Al Davis all of a sudden wants to be football guy and takes away from the football people. They start losing. And then the Raiders weren't that team. This is the problem. He's the only constant, Jason. Has nothing to do. He's the only constant over the last 20
I've lost
years.
my memory. Who got all the credit 2 years ago when they were, I believe, 12-4, number one team? Did Jerry get any credit? And I'm not a Jerry
Credit
Jones
for what,
apologist.
Jason?
What did they
Credit
do?
for what?
What do you mean they were the
won
number
playoff
one
games
seed in the NFC?
2014? You don't get credit for that in Dallas.
They ran into Aaron
In
Rodgers.
Dallas, you get credit for one thing:
yeah.
Super Bowl championship.
So nothing
What
else
kind, of, what, kind of
Period.
schedule, what kind of schedule did they have?
They had the last place schedule, just like the Eagles did. Just like the Eagles did. And,
Wow.
hey, Philly was very fortunate. Aaron Rodgers. was not
Okay.
around.
The Eagles had a last place schedule. What did they do with it, though?
They won the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
There you go.
What did Dallas do?
Okay, so Dallas needs to step up and win the Super Bowl. Great,
That's
but
all
to
he's
call
saying.
them losers, great.
They have
I'm
been.
gonna tell you what. When we listen to other guys who talk
Golly.
about the Dallas Cowboys that have been in that environment, that have won, they don't bring this type of critical conversation or harsh way of talking to them like they really should.
Because they're always tiptoeing because they like
of
Jerry
Jerry.
Jones.
Exactly.
And they want to be a part of the Cowboy. They don't want to get blacklisted or don't get free tickets.
Charles
or you
Haley's
can't
the
eat
only
at the
one that's
buffet.
ever done it.
Yes.
So you think this word is appropriate? Would you have used losers or would you have used a different word?
They have been losers
Okay, so you
in the
think
last
it's
20 years, whether people want to buy it or not. The
We're
last
not-
Super Bowl was 22 years ago.
We're not
Their
talking
last
about them
conference
as
championship.
individuals
Right,
and
absolutely
people.
not.
We're
No,
talking
we're not.
about on the football field. It is
Right.
absolutely, positively undeniable that they have been.
So who can you specify who's a loser? Dak Prescott a loser?
No,
Is that what
the
he-
whole
organization.
Ezekiel Elliott a
The
loser.
whole organization has been losers.
They have lost games. They have not won a Super Bowl.
They
call
haven't
them
even gotten
losers?
to a championship in the
Losers?
NFC.
That's just too harsh.
No, he's
that's
not
out of bounds.
saying they don't
That's-
have character.
you know
He's
what?
not saying as
You know
people
what?
they're losers.
That's-
He's saying as players they have been.
That's the problem with today's society.
Yes,
right now.
thank you.
It is.
Too soft. Too soft. Somebody can't tell you truth and you just swallow it. And this is all it is. It's truth. The Dallas Cowboys have not won. Bottom
That's a
line,
fact.
is it
Right? We don't
harsh?
What are you if
Is
you
it
don't
harsh?
win?
Is it harsh what he said? Absolutely. Is there truth behind what he said though?
I guess there's a kernel of truth
Yeah.
there. So LeBron James is a loser because the Cavs didn't win the finals last year.
Come on, he's won.
Cowboys won a championship 25 years ago.
LeBron won one two years
just
ago.
don't-
I mean, seriously,
give up with
don't
you
even
guys.
bring up
I
that
give up
comparison.
with you
You're digging yourself into a deeper hole.
I'm ready for
Just
it. Bring
take
it
the
on.
beating and let's move on.
Well, his time with us is over. and he
Jeez,
can now
about
go
time.
home.
I mean,
Do
Yes.
you have any plans for tonight?
Yeah, I have great romantic plans with my wife. Yes, we're going to do
really?
something fun.
And you know what? She just texted and said she don't want to say something. She's not going
She's watching right now.
She just watched that segment.
She's like, Cowboys, Jason.
She's
Come
like,
on.
baby, you lost that argument.
You lost that argument.
Cancel
I'm
those
surprised
reservations.
that you from the streets of Queens too. Like, for you to say that, I
from
mean,
the
be so
streets of
sensitive.
Queens?
Yeah, for you to be so sensitive.
Oh, boy.
Man.
Yeah, Charles
thanks
is
for
on the phone. Loser. He's calling you a loser.
Charles Haley, call me up. Yeah.
Thanks for being with us, Jay. It's always a pleasure.
Yep.
All right. Are you buying that Ray Allen has nothing but love for Paul?